Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tewksbury's Doucette Field as we have a special presentation today of the 2019 MIAA Football State Tournament. It's the D3 North Quarterfinals between the Lin English Bulldogs and your Tewksbury Redmen. I'm Andrew Delapiana, and joining me back in the booth today is Bill Gilman. Bill, good to have you back for some playoff football.
Great to be here, Andrew. This promises to be an electric game. Beautiful weather today, perfect conditions, two high-octane offenses, and it should be an entertaining afternoon of football.
And the Redmen coming off a dominating performance at the hands of the Drake at Middies 44-0 win last week. In the last two games, the Redmen defense negative 14 yards to their opponents. The defensive line has just looked unbelievable, and that's going to be a major test to this run offense today for the Lin English Bulldogs.
Well, it is, and this Lin English team is going to really put the Redmen to the test. Lin English is every game except one this year has been scoring over 30 points a game. They're led by running back Sam O'Furry, the quarterback, a dual threat by the name of. Sorry, his last name escapes me. His first name is Carroll. Or last name is Carroll, but he brings that dual threat that the Redmen have seen a few times this year of really being able to run up some high numbers, throwing the ball and running the ball, and that's gonna put a challenge to a Redmen team that is undermanned right now on the defensive side of the ball.
I'm sorry, the quarterback of that name is Mathis Fowler. He's just a junior, was the star wide receiver for the team last year, led them in receptions and yards with 53 receptions, close to 600 receiving yards, and now he's the star dual-threat quarterback that's trying to lead the Bulldogs over the upset today in Tewksbury.
These are two teams that know each other fairly well. They played 2 years ago in the playoffs in the D3 North Championship game, won by Tewksbury 22-18. And they come from a tough conference. Playing up on the North Shore, they play some rugged football up there. This is a tough group of kids. They're not going to give an inch. They're going to dig it out in the trenches and look to bully their opponents off the ball. And the Redmen are going to have to be able to match them with intensity.
Definitely doesn't look like your average 7 seed, and they only got the 7 seed with that 5-2 record because of the teams they played in their conference. Just some subpar wins against the lower teams this year, rather than their tougher schedule they play out of the Northeast Conference. But it's going to be a good 2-7 matchup today as the Bulldogs once again looking for that upset.
Yeah, Tewksbury cannot look past this team, and I am sure that their coaching staff has repeated that. I'm sure that Brian Elward has made that very clear. If they sleep on this Lin English team, they're going to find their path to the Super Bowl ends today. They're going to have to match English's intensity. They're going to have to match up on the line of scrimmage, and they're going to have to put some pressure on Fowler. If they don't put pressure on him, and if they don't put a spy on him, he could make this a long afternoon for them.
And some tough news for the Redmen. They'll be out with Shane Elward once again, who suffered an ankle injury in the win last week over Drake. He did play in the first opening drive, but caught a screen pass on the outside, and a late hit by one of the Middies' defense caused him to sprain that right ankle, as you see him limping on the field for the coin toss. And also another loss, linebacker Stephen Arsenault also out with the shoulder injury that he suffered in the win last week too. So the Redmen going to have to look for some new options and some players to step up after those two injuries. But some good news is they do get running back Kalu'olu back after he missed after he was out last week at Drake with the shoulder injury.
Having a Lou back is going to be huge. They're going to have to need him on both sides of the ball today, I think. They're going to need him to play more than he has played defensively. The injury to Shane Aylward is heartbreaking because he has played a lot of this season fighting through a shoulder injury. He's played through it. He's toughed it out. And then to have a late hit take him out of the first playoff game. Hopefully, Tewksbury can overcome that today, and hopefully he'll be able to play next week in the playoffs.
A big player that's going to have to step up once again is that running back number 4, the junior Kyle DeRigo, who had 2 touchdowns last week to put him up to 8 total on the season. And him, Olu, and Danny Fleming, who's been a standout sophomore this year, are going to have to lead the Redmen on the rushing game today.
Well, we've talked about the depth of this offense and how many weapons Brian Aylward has on the offensive side of the ball. Without Shane Aylward in the offense, we're going to see that depth tested.
So it looks like, from what we see on midfield, Lin English has won the toss and will defer to the second half. And we'll get to see Ryan Rometta, his first playoff start, as he's going to try to lead the Redmen back to Gillette Stadium after the heartbreaking loss in the D3 Super Bowl last season.
You've got 2 young quarterbacks in this game, and for both of them, for Fowler and for Rometta, this is their first playoff start. And it'll be interesting to see who is ready for prime time, who's ready for the pressure of the playoff situation, and can lead their team.
So it looks like the national anthem is just about to start, and we're going to turn it over to the TMHS marching band for today's national anthem.
We'd like to welcome you to this MIAA Division III North football tournament game between the Lin English Bulldogs and the Tewksbury Redman. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials.
As we have this time in between, Lin English last season lost in the D3 North semifinals. They're looking to get the win today to get to that position again this year, but they're looking to go further than that. They are not your typical 7th seed.
And the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA, school, or security official. Any verbal, written, physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated. Could be subject to ejection and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Ladies and gentlemen, our great nation is preserved through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. Right now, we'd like to invite both veterans and current military personnel to please stand. And we'd like to thank you for your service to our country. Now we invite all to stand for the national anthem played by Tewksbury High School's marching band.
Another great national anthem performed by the TMHS marching band. Let's take a look at today's head coaches. It's going to be experienced versus mostly unexperienced. Lin English head coach is Chris Carroll, just in his 5th season leading the Bulldogs, while Redman head coach Brian Aylward, 23rd season leading the Redmen. It's all going to be about who's the better play caller today and what team executes that game plan.
As is the case a lot in playoff games, mistakes wind up being magnified. So you're going to be looking at turnovers being key. The odds are that whatever team turns the ball over least will be the team that wins the game. And penalties can loom very large in a game like this. And making the smart plays, and this is where not only does Lin English have an inexperienced quarterback, but really their whole roster is very young. Very few seniors on this team.
So unexpectedly, it looks like Lin English is going to get the ball first, and the MIAA playoffs are underway. It's going to be picked up by number 6, Taj Porter, at the 15-yard line. He's going to run across the 30. The tackle is going to be made around the 32-yard line, and that's where we're going to see the junior Mathis Fowler for the first time today.
Well, one of the problems that the Tewksbury defense has had this season against solid teams has been the opening drives. They've given up several opening drive touchdowns this season. This is going to be one of the better offenses they face. If they can make a stand here, get a 3-and-out, get the ball back, that's going to be a big boost to their confidence.
And we're going to keep our eyes on number 3 in the backfield, Sam Ofree. He is a high school version of Saquon Barkley, as we can put it into terms, as they're going to start in the shotgun formation on first down. It's going to be a pass out to the left side. Redman are right there to make the stop. Tyler Keogh on the tackle. Pass was out wide to Taj Porter, and that is Fowler's favorite target so far this season.
Nice read by Keogh. He read that right away, came up, avoided the block, made the hit.
Ball's at the 34-yard line. Second down. Fowler reading the linebackers and linemen, putting his players in the right position. Going to take the stock on snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Ofree. He's breaking a few tackles, and then we'll get stuffed around the 39-yard line.
Good gang tackling. Ofree is a big back, and you're going to want to put that initial hit on him, but you're going to need gang tackling to take him down. He reminds you a little bit of Kalu'ulu in that it's very hard to take him down by yourself. And here we go, right out of the gate, a third down and about 4.
So this is going to be a big statement play already, an early third down. Fowler with her fury in the backfield. It's shotgun snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Dual threat quarterback. He's still rolling out to his right, and he's just going to have to throw it away. Great pressure off the edge from number 2, Will McKay, to bring up fourth down.
Boy, that was terrific pressure. McKay was the spy on that. He had his eye on Fowler the whole way, and great job by the secondary to make him throw the ball away like that. Nobody open.
And just like you said, Bill, early statement causing a 3-and-out as Lin English will bring on their punt unit. And a flag comes down.
That is going to be a false start on the illegal procedure on the center. He picked up the ball.
So it will be an illegal procedure. And that's going to bring him back 5 yards and allow Tyler Keogh to move a few yards up on the punt return. Taj Porter, the punter. It's a high kick. Keogh's calling everyone off, but that's going way off in the sidelines. Let's see where the back judge marks this. It's going to mark it at the 37-yard line on the Redman side of the field, and here comes junior quarterback Ryan Rometta.
Well, some good field position on that punt that kind of shanked off to the side. It'll be a real nice field position to start right about the 37, 38-yard line. And we'll see what Rometta can do against this Lin English defense.
Redman coming off a strong performance and where he went 5 for 9 for 83 passing yards and that passing touchdown. He's going to start this drive. It looked like it was going to be in the I formation, but he's going to spread everyone out. 5 out on the first play of the game. And passes out wide to Nolan Timmons. A flag was thrown right after the pass was completed. He's going to be tackled around the 44. Let's see what that penalty marker. It's marked down at the 37. And the false start will go against the Redmen. Looked like they should have marked that play dead before the snap even happened.
Yeah, it looked like one of the receivers jumped just a bit before the snap.
So that's going to back up the Redmen 5 yards as that gain for Nolan Timmons won't mean anything. It'll be a 1st and 15. Remetta coming into this game 50 for 90 on the season and pass attempts, 766 yards, and he's equal with the touchdowns and interceptions with 6 apiece. Remetta will come into the shotgun this one. He'll move to Rigo. This one's going to be a handoff to Keogh. See if he's going to get to the outside. Great tackle by O'Fury on the edge. Keogh could have got a few extra yards if he broke through.
Well, already we're seeing them using the depth that they have offensively. It was great to see, even with the top receiver, Aylward, out of the lineup, to see them go 5 wide on that opening play. They're not going to be afraid to throw the ball. They've got a lot of weapons available to them, and they're going to need to use them all today.
Keogh did have a rushing touchdown on a win last week. He only got the ball on 4 touches. He did convert in the end zone. 2nd down and 9. Going to motion Dorigo once again. It'll be a play action. Remetta's going to step up, and he's going to be sacked around the 34. Looked like it was number 52 on the sack. Ryan Dewan. That's going to bring up a long 3rd down.
Not sure if that was a broken play or if it just the pocket collapsed. It looked like it was set up maybe as a screen, but then Remetta didn't have anybody to throw to, and the pocket just collapsed around him.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and looks like 15 for the Redmen. 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless. So Remetta will be the lone player in the backfield for this snap. And a clear passing down on 3rd and long. Going to move Keogh across the formation. Remetta's going to take the snap. Looking down the left side of the field. Keogh with a good toe-tapping catch. He's going to be out at the 43. It looks like the Redmen punt formation is going to come on the field.
Yeah, they're going to have to give up the ball, but that was a nice pass play and a real nice job, as you say, with Keogh keeping his feet in bounds on the play. Look for them to go back to him again on that same play later on today.
So Ryan Remetta only had to punt the ball 1 time last week. And before the snap, we're going to get a timeout from the Lin English sideline.
Not sure if they had too many men on the field there. They may have had to call the timeout to avoid the penalty, which might, if they had gotten called on too many men on the field, might have given Tewksbury a 1st down. So that they may have used the timeout to save the 5 yards.
Yeah, it looks like it would have been a 4th. It looks like it would have been a 4th and 4 coming up, and that penalty, as you said, 5 yards would have given the Redmen the 1st down. So good timeout call by Chris Carroll.
Now, that's one of those mental mistakes. If there was a player, who shouldn't have been out there, it doesn't cost them the 1st down, but it does cost them a timeout, which now that you only have 3 per half instead of 5, that can be costly late in the half of a game.
So Remetta, the replacement punter for Shane Elward, only had to punt the ball 1 time last week in the 44-0 win. Porter's back deep for the punt return. Looks like he's standing about his own 20-yard line. And Remetta's kick, a high kick, not very long. It's going to take a nice Redman bounce. That's going to bounce all the way to about where Porter was standing around the 24-yard line.
That was a nice job by Remetta. Boy, it's easy to take Shane Aylward for granted until you stop and realize how much he really does for this team. He's their top returner in the special teams. He is their punter. He is their top receiver. He runs with the ball. He's probably their top defensive back. When you lose a Shane Aylward, you lose a lot of manpower in all 3 phases of the game.
So both teams going 3 and out on their opening drives. So Mathis Fowler will see the field once again with only 7:49 to go in the first quarter. It'll be a draw play right up the middle. He does have a lot of athleticism to him, but right there, number 9, Danny Fleming, to make the stop.
Nice tackle by Fleming. One of the things that the Redman linemen are going to want to do is when Fowler goes back to pass, is going to be getting their hands up. Fowler is really quick, but he is also diminutive. And if they can get their hands up, they might bat a few balls back at him.
So second down from the 28. You're going to fire left down the field. That's going to be out of the reach. Tenured receiver, number 15, Jesse O'Fury, the younger brother of Samuel O'Fury, just a freshman. And it looks like, by the way, his height and size he got a lot of athleticism from his older brother.
Boy, he did. He did. Only a freshman, as you say, but he is a tall kid, strong, and as we just saw right there, running with Tyler Keogh, he is fast.
It looked like he had Porter down the right side of the field waving his arms. He did beat Jake Kaiser down the sideline, but looks like Fowler just didn't see him as he was going for the younger brother of the D1 offer.
Well, another third down play here. Another chance to get off the field. And we'll see what the defense can do.
So as Bill said, third down. Another big situation coming up. He's going to look down the middle of the field, and it's just out of the reach. See who the intended receiver was. He gets up. Looked like there was O'Fury. Nope, it was number 11, G.J. Britwadi. And that's going to bring up another fourth down for Lin English.
Nice play by Kyle DeRigo. He never gave up on that. He was about a step and a half behind, but he kept on it and was able to get just enough of his hand up there to disrupt the play. Nice play.
And it looked like Fowler put that right on the money, but went right through Bratwhite's hands. Another fourth down. So another punt from Porter. And that is a high punt, but not very long. And that's going to take a Redman bounce and bounce back over to the Lin English side of the field. And they're going to have great field position at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to pick up about 10 yards on that exchange of punts. And as Bill Belichick always said, special teams, the third aspect of the game. And in this case, Remetta got off a nice punt, got a nice bounce. Defense did their job, and now they get the ball back near midfield.
So we've only seen 3 and outs so far. We've yet to see a first down converted by either team. As we said earlier, we might thought it was going to be one of those games where it's going to be a shootout, but still scoreless 5 minutes into the ball game. This one's going to be a handoff to DeRigo, trying to find some space up the middle. And he's still moving his feet as the offensive linemen keep pushing him. And the referee still haven't marked this play down. The Redmen picked up 7-8 yards, pushing Kyle DeRigo through. Look at that big offensive line moving small Kyle DeRigo.
Kyle DeRigo is going to get credit for about an 8 or 9 yard gain here. But to be perfectly honest, I think we should give about 5 or 6 of those yards to Mike Woodford, because he came in and slammed the pile and drove it another 5 yards downfield.
So a 2nd and 9 becomes a 2nd and 2 for the Redmen. Remetta's going to go back in the I formation. Kalu Olu in the backfield. It's going to be a pitch play to Olu. And look at him come back. Hopping over defenders and picking up a first down. First of the game for either team.
Kalu is just a lot of fun to watch. He doesn't do an awful lot of quick cuts like some of the backs, but he sees his hole and he runs hard.
It's definitely going to be a much-needed player today after missing last week. And he's going to be a big back, especially with Shane Howard out once again. First down. Remetta handoff to DeRigo. And he's going to fight off a tackle of Fowler, but he then recovered to make a great tackle, but still a nice gain on the play for Kyle DeRigo.
Nice job by the left side of the offensive line. Opened up a gaping hole that DeRigo took full advantage of.
Ball marked at the 29-yard line. Looks like it was just short of the first down marker. Second and about 1.
Don't be surprised to see them take a shot here at the end zone on 2nd and 1.
Another handoff to Dorigo. Looks like he's going to plow forward to the 26, and that's going to pick up a first down.
The running game of Tewksbury operating extremely well on this second possession. The line is getting a good drive and knocking back Lin English a couple of yards off the ball.
The Redman in their last 2 games combining for over 500 yards on the ground, and that's definitely going to be another focal point today. This one's going to be a handoff to Olu, trying to get to the outside corner. But Mathis Fowler right there on the edge to make the stop out of gain of 2 or 3 for Kalu Olu.
The one thing, this Lin English team will give up a lot of points. They're not a great defense, but the one thing they really do have going for them is they're quick. And it will be tough for the Redman backs to get to the corners. They play sideline to sideline very well. I think they may have more success today driving the ball right at them.
Captain Mathis Fowler definitely a focal point, as he did have an interception for a TD last week in the win over Winthrop, and he's already made several tackles today on the Redmen first 2 drives. Second down. Fake the handoff to Olu. He's got Keogh over the middle, and Keogh makes the catch. Touchdown Redmen. Remetta to Tyler Keogh. A beautiful play-action pass finds Tyler Keogh right over the middle, and the Redmen have the early 6-0 lead.
Boy, what a pretty play, and you could almost see it coming. They had run the ball so effectively, and it was drawing the safeties in just a couple of steps, and it wound up with Keogh having man-to-man coverage. He went on the post pattern, no safety, providing help over the top, and a great pass by Remetta.
So Keogh's 4th total touchdown of the season. And the extra point is perfect as he gets all 7 on the possession. Tyler Keogh's 4th touchdown of the season and his 16th PAT to give the Redmen the 7-0 lead with 3:40 to go in the first quarter.
That was exactly the type of start that Brian Aylward was hoping for. 2 really good series by his defense. The offense takes some control of the line of scrimmage on that last possession. They got a short field after the short punt, and they drive it right down, take advantage, get the score, and they have the 7-0 lead. So we're off to a good start here on Saturday afternoon.
Pressure now going to put it on Mathis Fowler, already down 7-0 after the Redmen touchdown. Tyler Keogh, what an explosive player he's been ever since Shane Elward's injury really came alive. After Elward injured his shoulder back in week 4, has just played some unbelievable football. He did win the MVC Player of the Week in week 6 and definitely was a nomination in week number 7. So Keogh with a nice strong kick. All the way caught back by Jeffrey Gordis. He's going to look for some room up the middle. He does have room up the left sideline. Redmen are right there to make the stop at around the Lin English 25.
Good coverage. Again, English has some excellent speed from their return men, and Tewksbury's done a nice job in the 2 kickoffs they've had so far, keeping them pinned back fairly far.
So we've seen very little from the Lin English offense that has been so powerful this season, especially with a future D1 commit in the backfield in Sam Oferud. So ball is marked exactly at the Lin English 25. Fowler's going to take the snap. He's going to roll way out to the right. He did beat Riley Arthur on the corner, but he's just going to step out of bounds after a short gain.
Just a straight keeper, kind of that old student body right play by design, and you can see them use that speed. That's where they're going to have the advantage against this defense.
There's a good coverage by the Redmen, forcing him out and keeping that corner short so he has no room to go. This one's going to be a similar play. It's going to be a read option. Then he's going to pitch it to the outside to G.J. Brywith, who does have room down the left sideline. And Nolan Timmons is going to push him out. Let's see where they mark him out. At around the Tewksbury 37-38. A good play from the Bulldogs. Their first down of the ball game.
Very well executed play. The defensive backs for Tewksbury bit on the fake handoff up the middle, and it was wide open on the left side.
So ball now spotted at the 38-yard line on the Redman side of the field. Fowler takes the snap. It's a handoff right up the middle to Ofri. He's breaking through a few tackles, and you can definitely see why he is the number 2 recruit in the state of Massachusetts right now.
Absolutely. It's so hard to take down. Big, strong kid. Runs hard, hits the holes hard, and you really can't take him down by yourself.
Just like that, in 3 plays, Lin English has gotten from their own 25 to the Redman 25. Handoff up the middle to Ofri once again. Looks like Danny Fleming was there to take him down after a gain of about 7 or 8.
All of a sudden, and now we're seeing Mike Woodford come back in at the nose tackle position. But all of a sudden, they found some big holes up the middle.
Lin English, very high up-tempo offense, and a new ball carrier is going to come in the game. Number 32, Uzia Ofasis. He's going to bring it down inside the 5 to the 2.
The Lin English offensive line is starting to open up some big holes right there. And the backs are taking full advantage. First and goal to go.
Very up-tense offense from the Redmen right now, as they are struggling to get substitutions on the field right now.
They may need to take a timeout here. Yeah.
And exactly as Bill said, Brian Howard needing a timeout. Lin English moving very fast on offense for the Redmen to get any substitutions on the field. It's going to be first and goal from the 2.
Well, this is what we've seen in the first quarter here from this Lin English offense. They run very much kind of a pro-style no-huddle offense. They bring everybody up to the line of scrimmage. They call the play with everybody there, and that makes it tough for the defense to try to make substitutions. You don't have the time that you might normally have. And in this case, inside the 5-yard line, Brian Aylward wanted to make some substitutions and just couldn't get his players on in time.
And very different from what we've seen in the last few weeks from the offenses that the Redmen have faced. Very slow tempo, taking their time. Very similar to what the Redmen actually do when they have the football, but Lin English moving very quickly on offense. And just like that, they're knocking on the door trying to put the ball in the end zone to tie this game up.
Well, we mentioned about the high-powered Lin English offense, and clearly they're showing it right now through the running game. They haven't done it effectively through the air yet, which they can also do. But we're getting a taste right now on the 3rd possession of what that running game looks like.
So everyone's expecting a handoff to Ofri right now. He moves in now, but it's going to be Fowler with the QB keeper, and he's going to roll over the pile for the Lin English touchdown.
Nothing fancy about that. He just took the snap and pushed right over his center and guard and was able to plow into the end zone.
And Lin English barely even goes 2 minutes down the field just like that, 75 yards. And they're a PAT from tying this ball game up. Lin English kicker is number 16, Tyler Denan. It's a good snap. The hold is down, and the PAT is good. And with 1:47 to go in the first quarter of play, it's the Lin English Bulldogs 7 and the Tewksbury Redmen 7.
Well, you kind of get the feeling that the first couple of possessions on both teams was kind of a bit of a feeling out process, kind of like two boxers just kind of circling around each other for the first couple of rounds. But these last 2 possessions by both squads, you get a sense that this is that now we've started the game. Now we're into it, and it'll be interesting to see what the defenses on both sides do to try to adjust. Because frankly, both of those drives by Tewksbury and then by Lin English were very easy. Both teams just moved right down the field. So both defenses are going to need to try to make some adjustments here.
With just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, still Lin English ties the game on a 75-yard drive. As we're awaiting the kickoff from Lin English. Keogh, the lone return man, standing around the 10-yard line. Dernan also does the kickoff for Lin English. He's going to set his teammates up. It's going to be a low squib kick. It's going to be picked up Dorigo at the 25-yard line. He's going to try to get to the left side and then gets into the middle. A solid return out to the 36.
Nice job by Kyle Dorigo. He was probably about one broken tackle away from making that a really, really big return. But a nice job getting them into pretty good field position.
So Ryan Rometta leading the Redmen back on the field after their touchdown drive on the last drive. Let's see if they have a similar result and take the lead. So Rometta spreading out the offense once again with the 5 out wide. And he's going to shift his receivers over to the other side of the formation. It's going to be a jet sweep to Dorigo. He's got a hole on the left side. He's going to cut it back to the middle. Good run by Kyle Dorigo, getting on the Lin English side of the field at the 49.
One of the things this Redman offense does, the receivers, every receiver, every back is a good blocker. And what you saw there, the receivers all shifted over to the left side, and what you had was 3 extra blockers on that side, so that when Dorigo came in motion, he had his wall set up, and they did a terrific job opening up some space for him.
Redmond do a very good job of running their spread offense. A lot of different players getting the ball, and they spread out the field very wide. And it's very tough for defenses to read what this play is going to be for them. First down and 10 from the 49. Pitch play. Danny Fleming on the right side is going to put his head down. And Lin English is signaling that they have the football. And the referee is trying to get the players out of the pile.
Looks like they still may be fighting for the ball at the bottom there. No, Tewksbury came back up with it.
And Danny Fleming does come out of the pile with the football. I don't know if he marked his knee down and he was able to recover it, or he did lose it and then jump right back on it. But either way, the Redman with a huge break.
That is a huge break. He got stripped as he went by. As he was going down, a player he went past stripped him of the ball, but fortunately he was able to fight for it and hold on to possession. That is a big break for the Redmen.
So out of that, Danny Fleming gained about 3 yards, brings him up to the 46. Second down. Just winding down in the final seconds of the first quarter. Pitch play to Olu on the left side. Great tackle by number 9, Anthony Timmons, to not let Olu go anywhere.
But when you go up against a big back like Olu or like Ofuri, you got to go low against him, and that's exactly what English did right there. They wanted his legs and was able to take him down.
And zeros are showing on the game clock. And the referee's just got the signal, and that is the end of the first quarter. And through one quarter of play, here at Doucette, it's the Lin English Bulldogs 7, and your Tewksbury Redmen 7.
Well, batten down the hatches. This is going to be a game, and as you say, coming off of last week's 44-0 blowout, this is the antithesis of that. This is going to be a marathon, and Tewksbury's just going to have to dig in and be ready to play 48 minutes of hard football here. English is not going to roll over for them.
Definitely going to, as you said, a very hard-fought game to try to get in the North's Final Four.
That's the thing with Division III North here. There are no easy games. You get into that 8-team tournament, and there are no cakewalks. It's just every game that you're going to have is going to be a dogfight. And Tewksbury, if they didn't know it before, they know it now. This one's going to be a tough one.
The winner of this matchup will get the winner of the Bedford-Concord-Carlisle game that is going on right now. We'll give you updates on that game as soon as possible to see which one of these teams will take on one of those teams. And as we said, the North Final Four. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 from the 45. Keogh across the formation. He's going to get the jet sweep. And he does get the corner for the first down. A great run by Tyler Keogh to extend that football and give the Redmen the first down.
That's the same play they ran to Dorigo a moment ago, and this time to Keogh. And it allows the back to get a full head of steam before he gets the ball. And he just headed right for that marker and just inches short.
Oh, looks like they marked him short. Oh, hold on, we're going to have a measurement here. Looks like Keogh extended that football just as he was going out of bounds to get the first down, but looks like the referees didn't see the same thing we did.
Yeah, that was a tough mark. I thought that he had when he reached out, I thought he had gotten about a full yard further, but it was not a generous spot, and it appears as though they're going to mark him about a foot short here.
Yeah, it is a 4th down as the referee is signaling. The Redmen offense is going to stay on the field. Big 4th down. So everyone bunched up. Rometta going to put his head down on the QB sneak. And a great play call from Brian Howard. Just needed a yard, and he got it from his junior quarterback.
Interesting use of what is normally the victory formation, but that time they use it for a quarterback sneak to get the first down. And while we have a moment, we've got a halftime score from Beverly. Concord Carlisle, the number 7 seed, is halfway to an upset. They lead
6 seed. 6 seed.
Excuse me, the 6 seed, 6-3.
Yep.
But they lead Beverly at the half, 14-0.
So a potential upset coming from this game. The Redmen don't want to see the same story in this one, as they're the 2 seed hosting the 7 seed. Rometta handoff. Dorigo is going to try to get to the outside. A great pull-out block. Dorigo escapes his defender, and then he's going to be pushed out. Dennis Davidson just there to make the stop. But a great block by the Redmond offensive line and receivers. Dorigo another first down.
Boy, that was Kyle Skrook who pulled and issued just a beautiful block to spring Dorigo on that play. What a nice job.
So that's going to bring the Redmen up to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10. Pitch play to the right to Keogh. And Scrooge with another great block on the outside. That's going to bring Keogh up to the 9-yard line.
They're using Skrock on the pull. He's probably the fastest, the quickest offensive lineman. And against a team that's got a lot of speed here, that's what they got to do. They have to get a fast offensive lineman out to lead that block. Whereas normally you might see one of your bigger guys leading it. This time they're going with the faster guard.
So 2nd and 3 from the 9. It's going to be a handoff to Danny Fleming. And he's just taken down by the back of his jersey. Number 53, Nolan Mochanchi, pulled him down right by the back.
Not much room on the up the middle on that. They were hoping to get a little misdirection as they were kind of faking the run to the outside to Keogh, to Dorigo, but Lin English would have none of it, so we wind up with about a 3rd and a long 2, a short 3.
So the Redmen, 4 players in the backfield, including Rometta, and they're going to swing out Patrick Flem over to the tight end position off the line. And move him back inside. It's going to be a play action pass. He's got a player in the corner of the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown.
Oh, my. Wow.
Can't see the number right now.
That is 89.
I believe that's Owen Gilligan. No, it's Richard Markworth making his return to make a beautiful catch in the back of the end zone to give the Redmen the lead.
What a tremendous catch and a great throw to the back line. It was either going to be Markworth or it was going to be incomplete. Markworth was the only one who could get it, and what a tremendous catch.
So Keogh looking to second extra point of the day. And this one is good. And with 9:19 to go in the first half, the Redmen have taken the 14-7 advantage.
Well, we wondered how Jake Rometta was going to be doing in his first varsity playoff game, and all he's done so far in the first 15 minutes is throw a pair of absolutely picture-perfect touchdown passes.
Finding Richie Markworth in the back of the end zone, just be able to get that 1 foot down. As in high school, you only need to get 1 foot down. It's not like the NFL where it's two. Same rules in college. You just need 1 foot down, and Markworth was able to gain possession, get the feet down, and a beautiful touchdown for the Redmen to get the lead.
Well, the key word is what you said was gain possession, because he juggled it just a bit, and but the referee said that he had firm control when he got that foot down, and just a tremendous job.
So it looks like a new kicker coming in for the Redmen as Tyler Keogh right next. Number 84, Pager Green, who did have a touchback last week. And this one's going to be a very long turn. And it's going to be taken out right at the 1 yard line. And a great tackle by the Redmen special teams. Pager Green, what a beautiful kick to set Lin English up in a very tough position.
Wow, that caught Lin English off guard, because when Keogh kicks off, he doesn't tend to kick it that deep, and he'll squib kick it, he'll hit a line drive, and this time, as you said, that Green drilled it deep. It forced them to gather it up at the goal line, and now they're pinned back at their 15 to start the drive. A really nice job of coverage by the Tewksbury special teams.
Number 11, DJ Brathwaite, was not expecting that kick to go that deep, and he had to take that out from the 1 yard line as he was just able to juggle it out and get out to the 15. Fowler setting receivers. It's going to be a handoff to Ofri. Good tackle at the feet by number 54, Kyle Scrooge. We've mentioned his name a lot already in these last two drives.
He's doing a nice job up front. Nice tackle there. They sent in Will McKay on the blitz that time, so it was good that Scrook was able to make the play, because if he doesn't, Overy may still be running.
So 2nd and 9. It's going to be a pass play. Fowler's looking deep down the right sideline. He's got a receiver, number 6, his star receiver, Taj Porter, and he is all the way into the end zone. An 85-yard touchdown to Mathis Fowler's top target, and just like that, Lin English an extra point away from tying the ball game.
Nothing fancy about that play. He just he went straight down the field on Purta went straight down the field on a fly pattern. He was able to beat Nolan Timmons clean. Had 2 or 3 steps on him, and Fowler laid it right on his hands, right in stride.
Just for a junior quarterback, he absolutely launched that thing. He looks like Porter caught it around the 45-yard line, all the way from their own 15. And the kick from Dernan is good. 8:32 to go in the first half. Lin English strikes right back to tie the ball game at 14.
There's that quick strike offense that we've heard so much about with this Lin English team. They had tried a couple of deep balls earlier. They couldn't connect. But I'll tell you what, for as I said, for a small of stature quarterback, and I would say that saying that Fowler was 5'8" would probably be generous. He has got a strong arm. He has got a very strong arm, and you're right. He threw that ball probably about 50 yards in the air, throwing it from about the 5-yard line or so to about the Tewksbury 45, and he hit his receiver Perter right in stride, and they're going to have to. Tewksbury may have to play a little softer in order to avoid a repeat of that.
Reminds me of a version of Arizona Cardinals' first overall pick, Kyler Murray, a small quarterback yet very effective running out of the pocket and throwing the deep ball. Looked very similar to the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback on that play.
Absolutely. Very similar.
So, back tied up at 14, just like that. As we said, 8:32 to go in the first half. So Drenan looks like a squib kick going to be taken back. And they're going to throw it all the way to the right side to Tyler Keogh. Tyler Keogh's got lots of room down the right sideline. Another big block. And what a play from the Redman special teams. Tyler Keogh all the way up to the Lin English 31-yard line.
Wow, what a gutsy play. Lin English comes with the onside kick, and instead of just falling on it,
looked like it was Nolan Timmons who made that pass.
Nolan Timmons doesn't just fall on it, which would be the normal instinct. He scoops it up, and apparently it was a designed play that he laterals it across the field to Dorigo, and Tewksbury's in business.
So it looks like a very similar formation we saw in the last drive with Dorigo, the lone receiver. And it's the same play as the last drive. Dorigo's going to try to get to the outside. He's only going to get about 3 or 4 on this play, though.
Yeah, not this time. Phoenix Figueroa Marquez was able to get some penetration. He didn't get the tackle, but he was able to slow down Keogh just enough that the rest of the team was able to come in and make the play.
I think they saw it just as well as we did. Same formation. Dorigo was the lone receiver, and then they brought him over across the formation.
Well, you run the play until it doesn't work, and they'd run it twice, and with good success. That's just not this time.
So 2nd and 8 from the Lin English 28. Olu in the backfield. It's going to be another play-action pass. Remeta looking on the right side. Tyler Keogh, great toe tap. And he's going to be out at the 18-yard line. Redman first down.
Yeah, there's that down and out that we saw. I mentioned we would likely see it again. There's that down and out, 10-yard down and out to Keogh, and Keogh does such a nice job keeping his feet in bounds and the drives alive. Watching where Richard Marquardt is set up, he seems to be taking Shane Aylward's spot where he normally would be at a tight end. He's taking Aylward's spot at the wideout.
We're back in the I formation. Kalu Olu get the handoff and be taken down at the Lin English 14. Gain of about 4 on first down.
I don't know if the statistics are easily checkable, but it just strikes me that every game I've watched Kalu'ulu play, he never has a negative yardage carry because he's always running downhill. He always falls forward when he gets hit. So you make the hit to take him down, and he gets an extra 2 yards as he goes down. He's just a solid, dependable runner.
So 2nd and 6 from the Redmen. As we said, from the Lin English 14. Meta pitch play to the right side. Danny Fleming's going to get the carry. He's going to put his head down and knock over a Lin English defender. What a truck from Danny Fleming to knock over the junior Dennis Davidson on that play.
Fleming has taken a couple of shots on a couple of carries. He's taken a couple of good shots, and I think he was about fed up because he absolutely laid a shoulder into Dennis Davison that he's going to feel for a while. What a nice run by Fleming.
And he brings the ball all the way up to the 5-yard line. The Redmen trying to take the lead right back after Lin English's quick strike. Now they're going to give it to Dorigo. Jump cut. Did he extend the ball in? He did. Touchdown, Kyle Dorigo. His 9th touchdown of the season, and just like that, the Redmen take the lead right back.
Well, we are moving into the type of game that we had expected from the outset. These are two offensive heavyweights who are just laying some haymakers on each other right now. And it's going to be whatever team can make the defensive adjustments is going to wind up winning the game, because right now these two offenses are operating in high gear.
Dorigo's 8th rushing touchdown this season. He did have one earlier in the air against Barica this season. Keogh with a low kick, but it's still good. Tyler Keogh puts another one through. And with 6 minutes to go in the first half, Redman have the 21-14 advantage over the 7th-seeded Lin English Bulldogs.
These the kickers for both teams so far 5 for 5 on the extra points, and you get the hunch that maybe, just maybe, an extra point or two might come into play at some point in this game, because neither team, at least at this point, neither team has been able to really gain the upper hand and take control.
Especially with these wide field posts at Doucette, that's definitely going to help out the kickers in this one, especially if one looks a little off.
Right, exactly.
So let's see if the Redmen go with a similar plan to let Pager Green kick off once again. But we do see Tyler Keogh setting up the tee.
He's got, and this is interesting, it is Keogh setting up, but it's Green and Keogh right next to each other.
Looks like Keogh's going to take this one, though. It's just going to be a low line driver. That ball is in play, going to be picked up. Number 5, Jeffrey Gorditz, went right over the head of teammate Uzia Osefi, but he's able to make the play and bring the ball up to the 30-yard line.
That's a nice weapon that Brian Aylward has, and he's always looking for an edge. But to have those two kickers right next to each other, and even if one of them sets the ball, the other one may be the one who comes in to boot it. So that'll be interesting to watch as we move forward.
It's definitely something they could use later in the game in a special situation, but the option of having those two kickers really going to help out the Redmen, hopefully today, and if they win throughout the rest of the postseason. So Lin English back on offense, trailing by 7. Captain Matthew Fowler is going to look over the left side of the field. That's when it's going to be caught by number 15, Jesse O'Fury, but Tyler Keogh, the star player right now, another great tackle.
Nice job by Keogh on that play. He was giving up the catch. He was playing soft enough to give up the catch, but closed very quickly.
Only about a gain of 5 on first down. Fowler's going to give this handoff to number 32, Uzi Yosefi, and he's going to get a nice run and pick up a Lin English first down.
When you've got a dangerous passing game and the defense has to respect it, you're keeping the linebackers and defensive backs a step off the ball, and it opens up some extra room for the running backs.
Lin English still moving very fast on offense. O'Fury straight up the gut. And a gain of about 15 yards, and that's going to be another Lin English first down up to the Redman 45.
It's pick your poison with this team. If you play too aggressively, they'll go over the top at you. Play too soft, they'll run it down your throat.
And this one's going to be a keeper for Fowler. The Redmen are right there. Number 87, Owen Gilligan with the stop.
Fowler beats it. Picks up a yard.
Up to the Redmen 44, just a gain of 1.
Nice job by the defense there. Staying at home, not going for the fake.
So Fowler looking it over to head coach Chris Carroll for the play call here in the 2nd and 9. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to O'Free. Looks like he pushed one of his offensive linemen down. But another great run for the number 2 commit. See what the conversation is between the referees here.
That was the 4-minute warning.
Okay.
As they give before the half.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. Fowler, it's going to be a direct snap to him. Tried to get right up the gut, but a great tackle by Kyle Scrooge once again, and he is short of the line to gain.
Boy, that was a nice play by the linebacker. Scrooge coming up. He just filled that hole right away. Nice hit. Took him down.
He's the replacement linebacker today for the injured Steven Arsenault, and he's playing a big role today in a much-needed playoff game.
He is. He's stepping up on both sides of the ball. This is what we talked about. When you have key players out, it's next man up.
So 4th down for Lin English. Fowler's going to roll out right. He's going to try to get the corner. But the Redmen are there to make the stop. Will McKay making sure he doesn't get the edge, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Redmen will get the football right back with 3 minutes to go.
What a tremendous play by Will McKay. Riley Oth was coming from the backside. He was chasing him down, but Will McKay has been the spy. Will McKay has had the responsibility in the first half of being the spy on the quarterback throughout the game, and boy, did he come up fast and make a big play right there. Tremendous play and a chance in these last few minutes for Tewksbury to gain some control of this game, especially where Lin English gets the ball to start the second half.
No, Tewksbury gets the ball to start that second half. They kicked off. Apparently they received.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. We were wrong about that.
So a handoff to Fleming. He's going to put his head down. He's going to hold tight control of the football. He's going to get up to the Redman 38.
So this is really a tremendous opportunity then, a chance to get some points here before halftime and get the ball to start the second half. That pivot, that halftime pivot that coaches like to get, and a chance to seize control of the game if they can put together a scoring drive.
Yeah, as I was just about to say, Lin English, they won the toss and received. As the referee, he looked like he just marked it wrong, as looked like the Redmen won the toss, but he pointed in the Redmen direction and said that they deferred. So 2nd and 9. Handoff, Kaluolu. He's got room up the middle. He's still going all the way down to the 30-yard line. And a great run from Kaluolu. Welcome back to the Redmen offense.
Well, you know what? You've got Sam Afuri. We've got Kaluolu. The same type of big back. Not blazing speed, but boy, when they get going downhill, hard to take down. What a nice run by Kaluolu.
All the way up to the Lin English 26. The Redmen, they might need to slow down a little bit if they put the ball in the end zone too early, if they are able to do that on this drive.
Yeah, you'll definitely see, if at all possible, they're going to try to drain as much of this clock as they can.
So 1st down. Handoff to Dorigo. Tried to split that hole on the left side, and he did. And he'll move up to the Lin English 22. Lin English defense very tired right now. Hands on the hips. Looking for any sign of air after the Kaluo run.
Ryan Dewan, defensive tackle for Lin English, limping off the field. He has a big brace on his knee, and it looks like he might have aggravated a knee injury.
So 2nd and 7. Pitch play to Dorigo. Lin English right there to make the stop. Only about a gain of 2 or 3 yards to bring up a 3rd down.
Interesting to see if Tewksbury uses a timeout here, if they just keep going. It looks like they're going to just keep going here.
1:15 showing on the game clock right now, left in the first half.
Tewksbury has within their arsenal a lot of misdirections, a lot of traps, but in this game, it has been straight ahead. They've been running sweeps right, sweeps left, straight up the gut. They've just been muscling their way downfield.
So ball marked at the Lin English 18. 3rd down and 3. Fake the handoff to Olu. Rometa, we're going to have to scramble out of the pocket, and then he'll step out of bounds. Very smart decision to stop the clock, and that does get a Redman 1st down.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great decision by Remetta. He ran the play action fake. He was looking for Tyler Keogh running a post pattern, but there was double coverage. He just was not open, and so Remetta ran for the first down. Real good decision by the junior.
So that does stop the clock, and the ball is now at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. So Remetta able to slow things down right now, because the clock has stopped at 36 seconds exactly. And
Timeout by English.
yeah, looks like Chris Carroll did not like what he was seeing on defense, and that is his second timeout of the half.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for Tewksbury, but this is a critical defensive stand for English for exactly the same reasons we were talking about. They're down by a touchdown. They don't want to go down 2 before the half and be on defense again to start the second half. So they're at a place right now where they want to at least, at the very least, force Tewksbury to try a field goal. And they are in field goal range right now. It would be about a 30-yarder from where they are right now. Tewksbury can still pretty much do whatever they want. They can run, they can pass. They've got, I believe they may have all 3 of their timeouts. If not,
yes, they
do.
Yep.
They've got all 3 timeouts. So Brian Elward has got his entire playbook at his disposal right now. So English is not going to be able to focus on stopping the pass, or else they're going to give up something big up the middle.
Looks like they did take some time off the clock, as it's only showing 33 seconds now instead of 36. But nevertheless, 1st down and 10 from the 13. Meta is going to be a handoff to Keogh. And right after the tackle is made, Brian Elward's going to use his first timeout.
The English coach is claiming there was a fumble.
Yeah.
But the referees had signaled the ball down, signaled the runner down. That was actually the first. They just made mention of a couple plays ago. That was the first misdirection that Tewksbury tried to run, but there was really no room.
Yeah, tried to roll out Remetta right, and then the handoff to Keogh in the middle. Well, that timeout's gonna stop the clock at around 27 seconds.
But again, still plenty of time. 27 seconds is time enough to run at least 3 more plays, and they can make a first down here at about the 3.
Yep, that is where the first down marker is, and a first down does stop the clock until the next snap. Redman will take the snap. He's looking. He's going to roll out right. And it's nearly intercepted. Rio Fury, Nolan Timmons, the intended target.
He had Kyle Dorigo open briefly in the left. They were running an out and up with Dorigo, and he actually was open on the out, and then was covered in the end zone. But third and long here. And again, they can get the first down. They've got time, and with 2 timeouts left, you can still play in the middle of the field.
Redman don't really want to just settle for a field goal right now. They want to increase this lead even more into the half and then get the ball to start the second half. But they got to convert right now on 3rd and 9. So it's going to be a play-action pass. Remetta trying to look over to Keogh's side. Trying to launch it in the back of the end zone, but that is over the head of Nolan Timmons. 4th down and 9 with 13 seconds to go. It's decision time for Brian Elward.
I would think, now it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there, but now they're going to bring out the field goal team. Okay.
Yep, and give Keogh a chance. This would be his first field goal attempt of the season. Rarely do you see a field goal in high school football, but Redman are going to go for it right now. Let's see the distance on this one, as the tee has looked like it's placed at the 18, so it's going to be a 28-yarder for Tyler Keogh. It's a good snap. The hold is down. Tyler Keogh, he popped it up, and he did get it in. Tyler Keogh, first field goal of the season, popped the ball up, but just enough to get over the upright.
It was. He got right underneath it. It was definitely not his best kick of the day, but just enough.
If that was from any longer distance, that would have not made it, but from 28 yards out, barely got through. And with 10 seconds to go in the first half, the Redmen have made this a two-possession ball game.
Well, that's a big field goal. I mean, they would have loved the touchdown, but getting those 3 points, now it's a two-possession game. And again, as we've been saying, they get the ball to start the second half. They can look to expand on it again. And this gives them the opportunity now to really to put English behind the 8 ball and force them to maybe do some things that they would prefer not to do.
So the Redmen, let's see what they try to do on this kickoff to just try to keep Lin English out of scoring situation, whether it's a return or just a small little squib kick, because we know English can strike fast in just a matter of 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't be surprised to see English just try to cover it up.
It is just a small little squib kick. And it looked like it was Sam Ofri with their recovery. No, it was number 7, Phoenix Figueroa Marquise. So 6 seconds on the clock, and with the arm of Mathis Fowler, Lin English might be able to toss this one in the end zone if they decide to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they'll take a shot. He might be able to put it in the end zone on the fly, if not very close. Yeah, with his arm strength, definitely they're going to take one shot here.
Let's see if the Redmen secondary starts to back up a little bit. No, it looks like they're just kind of standing around the 40-35 on their side of the field.
It surprises me they're not. Well, now the safety's backing up a little bit.
Nolan Timmons backing up a little bit more. But no, it's going to be a handoff to Ofri, who's still on his feet. He's going to get all the way up to the 40-yard line. And with that, that's going to be the end of the half. A very interesting play call from Chris Carroll. But at the end of one half here at Doucette, it's the number 7 seeded Lin English Bulldogs 14 and the 2 seeded Tewksbury Redmen 24. Fans, stay tuned for the halftime show with the TMHS marching band. Me and Bill Gilman will be right back for the second half.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half action here of the opening round of the D3 North MIAA State Tournament between the Lin English Bulldogs and the Tewksbury Redmen. Tewksbury into the second half with a 24-14 lead over the 7th-seeded Lin English Bulldogs. The Redmen dominated mostly on both sides of the football and will have the ball to start the second half of play.
This is going to be a really key possession right off the top of the second half. Tewksbury was able to break the 14-14 tie, was able to get a 10-point lead going into halftime, and now they've got a chance to really take hold of this game by the throat if they can put a score on the board to start the second half.
And if you're just joining us in the broadcast, I'm Andrew Del Piano with Bill Gilman, high above the field, and as both teams will make their way onto the field for the second half of play, as we said, the Redmen up 24-14, trying to extend their lead. As we said, we'll get the ball to start the second half.
The Redman offense has been operating in high gear for much of the game after the first couple of series to kind of get their feet under them. They've scored on the last 4 possessions of the half, and really the big difference of the game was a big 4th down stop on about the 40-yard line by Will McKay on a 4th down run by Matthias Fowler, the quarterback for Lin English, and that was pretty much the difference in terms of Tewksbury being able to take control of the game and take that 10-point lead.
Really, only difference of the game right now is just the scoreboard. These teams almost had the exact same total number of yards on offense. Lin English just one more with 214. The Redmen had 213. Ryan Rometta, 2 touchdown passes in that first half. 1 to Tyler Keogh and then 1 to Richard Markwath, and that's what's been the story so far is Ryan Rometta's great play in his first playoff start with the varsity team.
Yeah, what was surprising to me was that Lin English was able to tie the game with the 85-yard touchdown pass by Matthias, but that was the last time they tried to go deep in the half. They didn't try the long ball again after that, which is a bit surprising because it seems like they've got some advantages with speed from their wide receivers. So it'd be interesting to see if they look to try to air it out here in the second half.
And the number 2 recruit in the state of Mass right now, Sam O'Fury, not really having a strong day, only 7 carries for 52 yards. That Redman defensive line really showing up to the task today against a offensive line that has much better players than the last 2 games they played in Drake and Chelmsford.
Absolutely, it has been a stellar performance against the run, and you're not gonna shut down a player like a Furry completely. He's just too good. But you're gonna look to try to hold him in check, to try to not give up the big runs, and that's what they've done. They've been able to hold him where his biggest runs have been about 10-15 yards. So they're going to need to continue to do that as well. And they're going to have to, again, one of the things that has not happened so far is, and that's in large part thanks to Will McKay, has been Matthias Fowler has not been able to run the ball. And McKay's done a great job as the spy from his linebacker position, and they've held him in check very nicely.
This is a nice time to take a look at the other parts of the D3 North bracket so far. Top-seeded Danbury taking care of business last night, as did number 4-seeded Winchester over number 5 Lynn Classical. And currently going on right now, number 3-seeded Concord Carlisle hosting number 6 Beverly. It looks like they're about to close out that game as they have a 28-0 lead in the final minutes of the fourth quarter. So the Redmen and Lin English, second half here, the winner looks like it will get Concord Carlisle. It looks like whoever's going to host the game is to be determined so far. So the Redmen to receive the ball here to start the second half. The small little squib kick out to Nolan Timmons, as what he regularly does, falls on it, doesn't throw it across the field to Tyler Keogh.
That was a heck of a play, and really set up the Redmen for their third touchdown on that last kickoff of the second half of the first half for English, with Timmons throwing the ball across the field to Keogh, and Keogh bringing it down to the about the 25-yard line.
So the Redmen starting this drive at the 39-yard line on their side of the field. Bunch of motions, spreading out the offense a lot. Rometta the only one in the backfield. Snap to Rometta. He's going to throw it wide to Keogh. He's got lots of room down the right sidelines. Can he beat O'Fury down the sidelines? And he's going to take him down by the horse collar. And that's going to bring a flag down. But O'Fury, even though it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, saved a touchdown.
What a beautifully designed play. And as you mentioned, they put the receivers into motion. They set up 3 wide receivers to the right side, and Lin English did not adjust. They only had 2 defensive backs over. So the numbers were in Redman's favor. All they had to do was execute the play, and he had all kinds of room down the right side. As you mentioned, the penalty, and it's 1st and goal to go, just like that.
So that penalty, since the ball was on the 15, it's half the distance of the goal. So now it's just a 1st and goal from the 7. Just like that, the Redmen won play. Kaluolu the handoff. Lin English right there to make the stop, though, after the handoff at the 7-yard line.
A nice tackle there by Anthony Timmons. Again, with a big back like that, you got to go low with the legs, and that's what he did. Held him to a gain of about 2, so it looks like 2nd and goal from about the 6.
Alu averaged about 10 yards per carry in that first half, had 5 touches for 49 yards, and he might get the goal line touches right now as him and Dorigo are in the backfield with Rometta. 2nd and goal. Dorigo's going to get the handoff on this one, and he's just short of the goal line. Looks like they spot him around the 1.
I can't imagine that they're going to do much different other than just try to muscle the ball in right here. It is 3rd and goal from about the 1. They've got 2 shots at this, and right now the way the offensive line is playing, they will be looking to just power it in.
Coming out in the same looks like it's the same formation as they did on the last play. But let's see who gets the carry here to try to push it in the end zone if they do decide to run the ball. Dorigo's going to get the touch on this one, and he's going to be untouched into the end zone for a Tewksbury touchdown.
Absolutely untouched. A gaping hole in the left side over left tackle, and he went right behind Woodford and Kimtis, and he was just waltzed into the end zone. Frankly, either you or I could have run through that hole.
Dorigo's 2nd touchdown of the day, 10th on the season, and Tyler Keogh trying to make this a 17-point game. Keogh, he popped this one up as well, but this one goes to the uprights. Very similar to his 28-yard field goal at the end of the first half, but either way, the lead is increased, and with 10:21 to go in the 3rd quarter, Redman establishing their dominance right now, have the 31-14 lead.
Well, that was exactly the halftime pivot they were looking for. They got points at the end of the first half, got the field goal, got the ball at the beginning of the second half, bang, just drove it down quickly, got the touchdown, and suddenly what had been a tight ball game at 14-14, just like that, is now suddenly at risk of becoming a rout. But if there is any team built to come back with a quick hit offense, it's this Lin English team. So Tewksbury is not going to want to take their foot off the throttle.
An interesting stat here with that touchdown now. The Redmen outscoring opponents in the second half 98-20. That is just ridiculous to think about how well they've played in these final 2 quarters of the game. Pager Green getting the kick on this one. It's going to be caught around the 7-yard line. It's going to be brought out through the middle of the field. Great coverage once again by the Redmen. And Lin English is going to start the drive at the 25, excuse me.
Patrick Green has got a really strong leg, because you're seeing him kick it off to about the 10, the 5-yard line. And to be honest, he doesn't look like he's taken all that big of a swing with his leg. If he puts a little more time and energy into it, he could be a really effective kicker at the college level.
So Mathis Fowler in a tough position right now with this team down 17 with about 22 total minutes to go in the game. It's going to be a passing play. He's going to launch it down the left sideline and just out of the reach of Jesse Oferi. Great coverage downfield by number 22, Jake Kaiser.
Kaiser did a nice job of staying with him on that play. this is going to be, you're going to see them do this more now that they're down by 17. You're going to see them take some more chances, try to go downfield. The pressure is going to be on Kaiser, who's filling in for Aylward. Nolan Timmons at the safety position. Actually, what we should say is Kaiser is filling in for Timmons at the corner. Timmons is filling
Timmons
in for
moved back to
Aylward
the
at the
safety,
safety where Aylward normally
Exactly.
is.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 25. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Looks like Usia Osefi will get the carry, only about a yard or two. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Nice play by McKay and Woodford on that play. Made a nice hit right at the line of scrimmage.
See Woodford coming off the field after the good stop. And a 3rd and 8. And this must be 4th down territory if Lin English doesn't get it on this play.
One might think the way that English's defense has been kind of giving up points, but it's still pretty deep in their own territory. We'll see.
Definitely something to look at if it becomes a 4th down situation, but 3rd and 8's got to come first. Fowler, the direct snap. It's going to be a handoff in the backfield, but a great tackle. Owen Gilligan bringing down Taj Porter. Scuffle after the play. A lot of hype from Owen Gilligan there. What a tackle that was to stave the 1st down.
That was a tremendous play by Owen Gilligan, and it looked as though Porter had a lot of real estate in front of him for what could have been a touchdown break play. And Gilligan showed a tremendous burst of speed, got a hold of the jersey, held on, and was able to spin him down.
He ran all across. He ran from one side of the field to the other, hovering over him the entire play, and a great tackle to bring up 4th down as the Lin English punt unit comes out once again. So it's a fake. Porter's going to run out to the right side, and he's going to get the 1st down. A fake punt is going to give the Bulldogs a 1st down. And Lin English gains momentum right back after failing on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this goes to what you said about were they willing to give up the ball, and it looked like they were, but then they came up with a very well-executed fake on the 4th and 5.
So Fowler is going to fake it. He's going to throw it down the right sideline. And that's going to be, looked like Tyler Keogh fell into the net over there, but the pass is incomplete.
They had good coverage on that. This time they had the double coverage on the deep route, and that's what they're going to have to do. It's very difficult coverage one-on-one with these receivers, and they're going to need to look to try to, when possible, get a safety, get double coverage on these speedy wideouts.
But it looks like they're going to double cover Porter in this one after he had that 85-yard touchdown back in the 1st half.
Absolutely, he is a legit big play threat, and they've got to keep an eye on him.
So 2nd and 10 from the Bulldog 36. Foul in the shotgun formation. It's a low snap, but it's going to be a handoff to Osefi. But Mike Woodford stays with them the whole way to bring him down at the Bulldog 43.
Mike Woodford reminds you, not just in terms of build, but also the number of Vince Wilfork, of the Patriots great, Pro Bowl great. He does a great job against the run in the middle of that field.
3rd and 4, direct snap to Fowler. He's going to get a few cutbacks, and he's going to pick up a 1st down. A nice move right at the line of scrimmage from the junior quarterback.
That's about the biggest run he's had so far. They've done a nice job containing him and not letting him squeeze free.
He's one of those dual threat quarterbacks that reminds us of Connor Bryan and how he picked apart this Redman defense back in that Week 2 loss that the Redmen suffered, their only blemish on the season. 1st and 10, pressure coming from the outside. He's going to heave it downfield. Looks like feet just got tripped up from Moriri, but Kyle Dorigo a huge hit on Fowler, and he looks like he is the one down on the field.
He did. He came in hard on a blitz, and
looks like he's grabbing his left knee right now.
yeah, that would be a big loss. He's getting some help walking off, but he is holding that leg.
Looks like he's holding his hamstring on his left.
Be interesting to see. One hopes that maybe it's just a cramp, but
We did see the hit on Fowler, but we didn't see the aftermath of if he fell on him or Fowler fell on him. But either way, Kyle Dorigo getting some help from the sideline from the trainer on that left leg. Something to look out for the rest of the ball game. But other than that, 2nd down and 10 from the Redmen 47. Handoff to Ofori, trying to get up the middle. He's still moving, but the Redmen pile going to push him back all the way. But referees are going to give him forward progress because of that. But a big statement right there from the Redmen defensive line to show that Ofori's not going to go down without a fight.
oh no, you need to have that gang tackling with a back that's that big and that strong.
But a good play on 2nd down from the Bulldogs going to make it a much easier 3rd down conversion. Looks like 3rd and a long one. 6:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Redmond leading 31-14.
3rd down for Lynn.
Direct snap to Fowler, trying to find some room, but a great tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Number 30, Pat Letourneau, the star varsity goalie, looking like a goalie on that one, not letting anyone through him.
That was a great tackle. We haven't called Letourneau's name so far today, but boy, that was a big hit right there. And now we find ourselves same section of the field. It's a 4th and about 2 here. Time for a big play needed by the Tewksbury defense.
And we see Kyle Dorigo coming back on the field, line up on the near side of the Lynn sideline. So Lynn's going to bunch up on this one, a 4th and 1. Committing a handoff to Ofori. He's going to get a 1st down. He's going to plow over a few Redmen players. But a good gain from Lin English, picking up a big 1st down that they needed to keep the drive alive.
When you need a play, you go to your best player, and they did. And he just plowed straight ahead. The legs kept churning and got the 1st down easily.
He's going to step off for this play. His 1st down markers get set. 1st and 10 for Lin English. It's going to be another direct snap to Fowler, trying to get the outside corner, but Danny Fleming's there.
Great job by the Tewksbury defense stringing that play out.
Yeah, Fleming was able to beat Fowler to the corner to not let him pick up any yardage. Looks like he lost a few yards on that play, too. Lost about 3 or 4, bringing up a long 2nd down.
Well, when he goes on that play, they know where he's headed. They know he's trying to get to the corner. So all you're seeing the Tewksbury defense do is just sprint as fast as they can to the corner and try to force him out of bounds.
Fowler taking the snap. Lots of time to throw. He's going to try to find over the middle, and that's going to be a great defensive play by number 2, Jake Kaiser, the senior cornerback.
Wow, that was a tremendous play by Kaiser. What a great play. The ball was there. The ball was really in the hands of Jesse Ofori, and Kaiser just knocked it out of his hands. What a nice job by the senior.
Spoke with Jake Kaiser earlier this week, and he said this is a team they definitely can't overlook. He, with a great defensive play on that one, staying true to his word. 3rd and 14 from the Redmen 36. The 34. Handoff to Ofori. He's got a big hole gaping right up the middle. Great tackle at the feet by Danny Fleming. But On a 3rd and long draw play, Lin English is going to pick up a much-needed first down.
They set that play up really well. Having gone to the air, they spread out the field, and there was just a huge hole up the middle.
Hurry up offense for the Bulldogs. Flower handoff again. Wilfrey, but another great tackle at the shoelaces. Pat Letourneau once again.
Letourneau coming in, shooting the gap, and cutting down the big man at his ankles.
So no gain on that play. See Ofri coming over the sidelines, needing a break. A lot of time coming off this drive. 4:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. This has been over a 6-minute drive so far for Lin English.
Well, this is also playing into the hands of Tewksbury. The clock is definitely their friend, and they want to force English to take as many plays as possible, as much time off the clock as possible.
So Fowler's going to spread out the offense, 5 out wide. He's the lone man in the backfield. Oh, man. Looks like the receivers jumped a little early. Some miscommunication at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring them back 5 yards. Looked like it was number 7 Phoenix Figueroa Marquise who jumped a little early at his wide receiver position. That's going to bring him back 5 yards.
Lin English in a position on this drive now that they're in the red zone that they really they must get 7 points here. They can't afford to be settling for a field goal. It's a 3-possession game. They need to try to put a little bit of pressure on the Redmen.
Same formation as it was before the penalty, 5 out wide. On 2nd and 15, Fowler's going to take the snap, roll all the way out to the right. And a nice catch by Taj Porter, able to get his hands underneath it, make it a little easier 3rd down for Lin English.
Really nice catch by Porter. Being able to go down on that shows his ball skills of being able to kind of grab it and roll and hold on to it.
So 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a handoff to Ofri, who breaks through a few tackles, and he is right in the end zone for the Lin English touchdown. Sam Ofri. And a much-needed touchdown for the Lin English Bulldogs, but took a lot of time off the clock. But still, most importantly, they got in the end zone.
It did, but it keeps them in the game. Tewksbury had a chance to make the play. Fleming and Chandler had shots at him at the line of scrimmage, but he just broke free.
So Tyler Darnan coming on for his 3rd PAT attempt of the day. And his kick is good. And with 2:46 to go in the 3rd quarter, Lin English has now made this a ball game once again. It's the Tewksbury Redmen 31 and the Lin English Bulldogs 21.
Well, once again, as we said, Tewksbury's not going to be able to take their foot off the gas. They're going to need to keep scoring points. This Lin English offense is outstanding, and save for that 4th down stop late in the 2nd quarter, Tewksbury has really not done much since early on as far as stopping the Bulldogs. So if they're going to win this ball game, they need to keep putting points on the board here. It could be easy to say that it's not going to take 31 points to win this game. It's going to take closer to 40 or more.
So the Redmond special teams coming back on the field. We just had a little under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. So a drive of about 8 minutes from the Lin English offense. Either way, they still put 7 points on the board and only make this a 10-possession game after trailing by 17 after the Redmen touchdown to start the 2nd half.
Well, interesting to see what English tries to come up with defensively, because they have had no answer for the Redmen offense at all.
Now, as you said, allowing 31 points with still 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Looks like it's an onside kick, but Jake Kaiser is able to fall on it. A good try from head coach Chris Carroll to try to get the football back. A late flag comes down on the field. A little scuffle between the Redmen and Bulldogs.
Things getting a little chippy.
Let's see where the flag is on. You see the referees talking about it at midfield. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Redmen. Head coach Brian Howard and quarterback Ryan Rometta very surprised by that call. You can see Coach Steve Kasperzak very angry on the sidelines. That's going to bring the Redmen back 15 yards.
It's a little surprising they didn't call that both ways. There was a scrum for the onside kick. You get a little chippy in there, and it's a little surprising that that they didn't call it on both sides. But here they go. They're going to start at their own about their own 33.
So penalty committed by number 34, Cam Semino, bringing that kick 15 yards back. 1st and 10 for Ryan Rometta and the Redmen. Pitch play on the right side, Tyler Keogh. He's going to try to get the corner on Fowler. But Mathis right there to make the stop. Push Keogh out of bounds for a short gain, about 3 or 4.
Yeah, Fowler's quick getting over there. You really need that one more blocker. But he did pick up about 5 yards before getting pushed out of bounds.
So ball marked at the Redmen 37-yard line, 2nd and 5. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Redmen shifting the formation once again. Bill, does this play look familiar?
It does.
Jet sweep once again to Kyle Dorigo, but they tried that play 3 times today, but Lin English was very ready for that one.
Yeah, as he had on the last time they tried this, it was Phoenix Figueroa Marquez who came in and blew it up in the backfield. Did a really nice job getting penetration and stopping that play.
That was a loss of about 3 or 4 yards. As they tried that play for the 3rd time today. Not very effective on that one. And Lin English on the verge of a 3-and-out after that touchdown drive. This would be a big stop for them.
It really would. They did desperately need to get their defense off the field.
Rometta under center. Moving Dorigo across the formation. They're going to throw it out to Keogh. It's going to be a double pass play to Nolan Timmons. And it's completed, and that's a Redman 1st down. What a play call from Brian Elward.
Perfectly executed play. Absolutely perfectly executed play. The backwards pass, the lateral, and then Dorigo putting it right onto the hands of Timmons. Beautifully executed play. We've seen that a few times this year, and it keeps the drive alive and keeps the Lin English offense off the field. Which is going to take another few minutes off the clock.
So Rometta to Keogh to Timmons for a gain of 15 and a big 1st down. As you said, keep the Redmen offense on the field. So just reaching the end of the 3rd quarter with 30 seconds to go. Pitch play to Fleming. He's going to put his head down, try to get through that hole, but Ofri, a good stop.
He is. Just watch the tackle by Ofri. He is so strong. Fleming was almost by him, and he reached out one hand, grabbed his jersey, and pulled him down. That is a strong young man.
It's hard to believe that they're only a difference in school year apart. As we just heard from PA announcer Joel McKinnon, that is the end of the 3rd quarter. And with 12 minutes to go in this Dean North quarterfinal matchup in regulation, it's the Lin English Bulldogs 21 and your Tewksbury Redman 31.
You know, it's worth noting, again, and we talked about it before the game, talked about it early in the 1st quarter, haven't mentioned it since, but the Redmen are putting up 31 points without arguably their best offensive threat in Shane Aylward. And that is a tremendous testament to Jake Rometta, Kyle Dorigo.
Ryan. I know, yeah.
Ryan Rometta, to Dorigo, to all of the players on the Tewksbury offense. Everybody has stepped up. Everybody stepped up to up their game, take more touches. Timmons with that big catch right there. It's been an overall team effort so far.
And as we just mentioned, you talked about the running backs. We've yet to see Kaluo loose so far in this second half. I don't know if he re-aggravated that shoulder and taking the rest of this game out, something to look for. Looks like it's going to be Dorigo on this carry, and he just almost slipped out of that tackle for a few extra yardage out of Porter. But a good gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
I will say something that I say one time every game because it is true. If there was fairness with the football gods, that young man would be about 6'1" and weigh about 200 pounds because he runs as hard and as ferociously as any back you want to see. And for a back who is going to be smaller than almost everybody who's going to be trying to tackle him, he just refuses to go down.
And we're going to get a measurement on this play to see if Dorigo picked up the first down. And
just a bit short.
So it's going to be a 3rd down in inches. So hold on, they're going to move this ball back to midfield. Spot is very important on this play right now.
They're just a foot short.
Yep, 3rd and inches coming up.
But I'll tell you, watching Kyle Dorigo run, he is a textbook lesson for any young running backs as far as finding the holes, cutting back, keeping his legs moving. Outstanding football player.
So here we go, 3rd and inches. It's going to be a handoff to Dorigo, who breaks through a few tackles. Kyle Dorigo, as you just said, look at that athleticism. Picks up a huge Redman first down to keep the drive alive. What a great back he is.
He reminds me of a former Patriot back from about a decade ago, Danny Woodhead. Undersized but ferocious, able to catch the ball out of the backfield, able to do an awful lot offensively.
So Redmen pick up the first down on that 3rd and inches to keep the clock moving and the ball in their possession. Anything they can to keep the ball out of the hands of Mathis Fowler in that Bulldog offense. Oh, right there to make the stop. Sam Oferi, he's lucky he didn't hand that off to Kyle Dorigo, or that would have been going the other way.
I'll tell you, Sam Oferi just barreled in there. Nobody got a helmet on him at all, and he just roared through untouched.
Rometta did not even seem... I'm surprised Rometta even held on to that football of how unexpected that hit was. But a loss of about 5 yards. Looks like 5 or 6 yards. A long 2nd down. Hopefully he came from his linebacker position on that play.
Looks like he's coming again.
Yep, but this one's going to be just a short handoff to Pat Fleming, older brother of Danny Fleming. He gained about 5 or 6. Look, no, even shorter than that. Like 4. Up to the Lin English. So I guess marked around the 24. Yep. Hard to see with the little glare of the sun down at the markers.
Big 3rd down play here.
First down markers at about the 13 right now. Looks like it's a 3rd and 11. It's going to be a passing play. Rometta's got to roll out to his right. He's still got the ball. He's got to run to the first down, but he's just going to play it safe and just run it out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down.
4th and 5. Interesting to see what Brian Aylward goes with here. It looks like he's going to keep his offense out on the field. So this turns into a big play about 4th and 7.
Surprised Rometta ran that ball out of bounds to stop the clock. Mostly should have just slid down before the out-of-bounds marker to keep the clock moving, as the Redmen have the clock in their favor, and they just want to keep it running as long as possible.
Exactly. That was a rare miscue by Remetta there, although it does look like what they're going to do right now is run the clock down to run the play clock down to 1 second and take a timeout.
Or it looks like Brian Howard's just talking over the play with Remetta right now. Yep, nope. Yeah, that's what you said. Yep, Redmen going to take their first time out of the half.
Yeah, they just wanted to take as much time off the clock as possible. And now they'll go over what the play will be, assuming they are going to go for it on 4th down.
So, 9:08 remaining in the 4th quarter. Redmen still holding that 10-point advantage.
And you are right about Kalu'alu. I'm actually not seeing him at all on the sidelines here. I've been looking for his jersey number 5. I have not been seeing it. Oh, now there he is.
Oh,
he is on the sidelines. He does have his helmet on, but as you said, we've not seen him in action in this second half yet.
Yeah, kind of standing more towards the back of where the backups usually stand. Yeah.
Right. He's not standing with the coaches, not looking like he would be coming into the game at any point. So you're right. He may have aggravated that injury. But this is, again, where that depth comes in. We just saw Fleming run with the ball again. Patrick Fleming, who I think now the 5th different back who's carried the ball today. And it just shows how many guys Brian Aylward has faith in.
So it's a 4th down and 7 here for the Redmen. It's a passing play. Remetta off his back foot. Nolan Timmons juggling. Nolan Timmons couldn't come down with it. They usually run that play with the play action and throw it across the side of the field, but Nolan Timmons unable to come up with the catch. And Lin English, a good stop to not allow any points on that drive.
That was a huge stop for Lin English, an absolutely game-saving stop for them. And Remetta had Timmons open. Timmons broke open by about 2 steps. And he was throwing off his back foot, so he really didn't get enough on there. He kind of floated it up, and Timmons was a little distracted by the defender and just couldn't get his hands to get a good grip on it.
Just got an update from the Concord-Carlisle-Beverly game. Concord-Carlisle has taken down Beverly 28-0. They're awaiting the winner of this game. Fowler's going to be a play action. He's going to launch it down the right side of the field and over the head of Taj Porter. And if he wants to get this team back in this game, he's got to make more accurate throws to his receivers.
Well, and this is, he's got the arm for it. He's got the receivers. But at the end of the day, he's a young quarterback, and those are not high percentage passes. It's surprising me that they're not looking to throw the ball on maybe shorter routes, maybe the 10-yard routes, 15-yard routes. It's either run the ball or go deep right now.
And with under 9 minutes to go and down by 10, it's going to be more of an option to air it out. 5 out wide on 2nd down. As you said, it's going to be a short route, but completely underthrew Taj Porter. Maybe it got tipped up the offensive line, but either way, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
8:52 to go. This is not the area where they would want to have to go for it on 4th down, but on the other hand, there's still 2 scores down here.
Yeah, stuck at their 20-yard line, yep. So 3rd and 10 for Captain Mathis Fowler. It's going to be a handoff to Ofori. He's still on his feet, and he keeps fighting through a tackle. And Nolan Timmons is going to have to bring him down, but what an effort from Sam Ofori to pick up a 1st down.
Boy, he just kept those legs churning, and ultimately broke through the tackles. He is a grown man out there, I'll tell you.
That's why he's received so many D1 offers, as he is only a junior. It's going to be a direct snap to Fowler, rolling out right, looking to pass. And that is nearly intercepted by Nolan Timmons. Looks like he was just able to get a hand on it.
Foul is
Incomplete.
incomplete.
Second down.
Second down for the Bulldogs.
Nolan Timmons is going to wonder if he needs to put some stickum on his hands. That's two now, one offensive and one defensive that he's gotten his hands on. Just couldn't haul in. But they've been doing a really nice job, the defensive backs here, in keeping these guys covered. This is a tough wide receiver core to cover, and the Redmen have been doing a great job.
So Fowler incomplete in his last few passes. And it's mostly been the running game that's been very effective so far. And this one's going to be a handoff up the middle. But look at the effort. Look at that was Dylan Chandler, number 78, absolutely pushing back.
It's William McKay leading the way for the
And
Redmen.
Will McKay also on the stop with that one, only got about a gain of 1.
Another big third down play, and I think right now you are definitely in 4-down territory.
Almasef had nowhere to go on that play as Dylan Chandler and Will McKay were right there. It's going to be a play action pass. It's going to be caught on the left side. Osefi, the younger Osefi, but that's going to pick up a first down.
Nice tackle by Jake Kaiser. That's the type of pass that I had expected to see more of, because the Redmen have to guard against the deep ball, and that's going to leave those short routes open.
So first down and 10 from the Redmen 45. Fowler rolling out to his right, and it's intercepted by Kyle DeRigo. And he's going to be taken down at the Redmen 35. After injuring his leg in the last offensive drive, he comes back on defense and comes up with a huge interception to completely shift the momentum in this ball game.
Wow, if you watch the replay on this, what a read by Kyle DeRigo. His coverage was on the short man, but he read the eyes of the quarterback and dropped back at the last moment. Timmons had the coverage on Braithwaite, but he dropped back, jumped the route basically, and came up with what could be the defensive play of the game.
Redmen's third interception in 3 games, and a much-needed that one by Kyle DeRigo, who's had an unbelievable game today with 2 touchdowns, and now an interception that's definitely going to help the Redmen eat some more clock. He's going to get the handoff on this one. Does keep his legs moving, trying to find the hole up the middle. He's going to get up to the 42-yard line, gain about 7.
Kyle DeRigo dragging tacklers with him. And at this point, this is going to be a gut check time for Lin English. They were coming down. They were hoping to turn it into a one-possession game. They just came off with a great defensive stand of their own, and now they're asked to do it again. So we'll see. They looked a little gassed on that play right there, but we'll see if they have it within them to make one more stand.
So second, and looks like a long 3 for the Redmen. Under 7 minutes to go in the final quarter of play. Redman is going to go back in the I formation, move Markworth across the formation. DeRigo's going to get the handoff on this one. He's going to plunge forward for a first down. A good tackle, though, Dennis Davidson. But either way, another first down by the Redmen offense.
Really cannot say nearly enough about Mike Woodford and Robert Kemptis on the left side of the line. They have been blowing open some huge holes, and that was just one of them. They've done a really nice job.
In a time where they need to come up the biggest as senior captains of this Redmen team, they're making the big plays right now for their junior running back, Kyle DeRigo, to have himself one hell of a game. So first and 10 for the Redmen, still on their side of the field at the 48. Still more time ticking off that game clock. DeRigo's going to get the carry once again. Good tackle right at the feet. Jeffrey Gordis. Redmen now get to the Lin English side of the field at the 48.
The Redmen right now content to grind it out. You know, I watched this Redmen offense, and I've mentioned it earlier in the season. I am struck by how many substitutions, how many different offensive formations, how many different full house backfields, how many different empty backfields. It's just an amazing offense by Brian Aylward.
So second and 7. Pitch play to Keogh. Moves Kyle Scrooge in front of him. Pick up about a yard. And Lin English going to use their first timeout of the second half, each team with only 2 remaining.
So a big third down play here again. Because if the Redmen can get the first down, that takes about another 3 minutes off the clock. And it would probably force English to use those last 2 timeouts. But if English can stop, can get the ball back, they may still have a shot.
So 3rd and 6 will be coming up for the Redmen. As we said earlier, Concord Carlisle taking down the Bedford Panthers, and if the Redmen get the win in this one, they'll host Concord Carlisle next week. But if Lin English manages to come out with the comeback, it'll be at Concord Carlisle, but it's going to be up to this final 5:20 to see who moves on to the North's Final Four.
One note about that touchdown that Lin English scored earlier, as you noted when we started the second half, that would be just the 4th touchdown that Tewksbury has allowed in the second half all year long. The second half has been Tewksbury's half for defense. They have just been absolute shutdown, making good adjustments at halftime and putting the game away.
So here it comes, 3rd down and about 6. Moving Dorigo across the formation. Jimenez going to look to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket, roll it to the left, trying to stay behind the line of scrimmage. And he's just going to have to throw this away, as Sam Ofori was right there, pressuring him the entire time. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Good pressure by Ofori, and good pressure also by number 52, Ryan Dewan. And great job by the English defensive backs. Nobody open. Absolutely nobody open back there.
So Ryan Rometta, the punter, now coming out in the field. Number 6, Taj Porter, back standing around his own 15. It's a high punt from Rometta. Porter's going to take this one out, and he lost it, but gets it right back. But a good tackle, number 59, Colin Bozak. Only got about 6 or 7.
Got a late flag in there,
yeah,
too.
that is a penalty marker down on the field at the Lin English 30-yard line. So an illegal block in the back from the Bulldogs special teams. That's going to bring them back 7 yards from where the penalty occurred. And since that penalty occurred at the 30-yard line, the ball's going to be marked at the 20. Exactly 5 minutes to go in the 4th.
Well, as we said, just 4 touchdowns given up by this Redmond defense, and this is their time of the game. So we'll see if they can put this game away.
Lin English down by 10. We said 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Mathis Fowler, little time to go. And he's going to have to step up in the pocket. He's going to roll out to the right. Somehow he completed that pass to Wes Chandler. But clock will keep moving. Only about a gain of 8.
He did, and boy, he came close to crossing that line, but apparently just got to the line and stopped.
So Fowler very quick to the line of scrimmage, as then he looks over at Coach Chris Carroll. Shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff to Osifi. Gaping hole right up the middle that he's able to get through up to the Lin English 39, first down. Clock will stop because of the first down at 4:20. Fowler. Good throw to the right side to Porter, who's breaking through a few tackles, but a great tackle at the feet by Danny Fleming. And Taj Porter is slow to get up.
Yeah, Fleming went down, cut his legs out from under him, and he may have dinged up his knee there. But a nice, well-executed play, just a quick little hook in, a nice pass, and Porter, who we've talked about his skills at wide receiver, made a nice cut and picked up big yardage. But they are tending to him right now.
Yep, it's both athletic trainers coming onto the field. As absolute silence now has come over to Set Field. As star Lin English receiver Tosh Porter is down at around the Redman 33.
He's sitting up. That's a good sign. Well, 4:01 left to play.
Nope, he's standing up. Looks like he's walking off the field under his own power. A good sight to see.
Hopefully, he just had the wind knocked out of him. We may see him. We may see him back. But English now in scoring position, and if they can punch one in here, now it's a one possession game.
But it's going to be at least one play without Porter, even more if he's has to miss any time. He seems to be standing over with his teammates. It looks like he wants to get back in this game right away. It's like that right leg he was holding while he was on the ground. 1st and 10 for Lin English. Handoff to Ofri, gaping hole up the middle. He keeps going, crossing over the 10-yard line, falling forward to the 4-yard line. And Ofri, he is trying to get off the field.
Now he's down.
He was trying to run off the field, and looks like he just fell and started grabbing his leg.
You start to wonder, when DeRigo went out earlier, I think that did turn out to be a cramp, and the way they were working him on the sidelines, it looked like a cramp. And I'm wondering if that may be
Ofri.
That may be what happened with Ofri here too.
He was just trying to run off the field and just got
Yeah, he may have cramped up.
But either way, a good solid run.
Oh, a tremendous run down to the 4-yard line.
It was a gain of 26. 3:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Lin English knocking on the door, trying to make it a one-possession game. Hand off to Porter, who's back in the game, and he's going to get in the end zone. And just like that, Lin English, once down 17, has cut this to a one-possession ball game.
I'm not sure exactly what the adjustments that English made, but all of a sudden there have been gaping holes opened up in the middle of that line where the Redmen had been doing such a great job defensively. And now, on this last drive, they were just getting gashed.
So Dernan with his 4th extra point attempt of the day. That one is through the uprights, good. And the only thing separating the Redmen and the Bulldogs right now is that 28-yard field goal from Tyler Keel to end the first half. 3:15 to go in the final quarter. Redmen 31, Bulldogs 28.
Well, English has got 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, both teams have 2 timeouts. Yep.
3:15 left on the clock. So at this point, the Redmen can't be too conservative. They've got to look to still get a few first downs here to try to run out the clock.
Since Lin English only has 2 timeouts, do you decide to go with the onside kick here?
I think you do. I think you want to give yourself 2 chances. The one chance on the onside kick, which they've tried to do a couple of times previously anyway. Yep. And then even if you don't get the onside kick, you look to make a defensive stand. And I think part of the reason you can do that is if you make a defensive stand at midfield, even if you get the ball after a punt deep in your own territory, you've got the type of offensive weapons that can go downfield very, very quickly.
It looks like it's going to be in the case in this one. A bunch of Bulldogs gathered up together. And it is the onside kick, and it is recovered by the Redmen. It was number
Nice catch.
6.
Mike Kelly.
Mike Kelly there on the recovery right at midfield. And good effort by the Bulldogs, but Mike Kelly was able to put both arms on it and just fall to the ground.
Excellent play. It seems like a simple play, but a football is oddly shaped and it's bouncing on the ground, and you've seen weird things happen, but that was a nice play by Michael Kelly, and now it's in the hands of the Tewksbury offense. They're going to need 2 or 3 first downs to ice this.
And then we've seen the rushing game be so dominant today. All they need is 1 first down to ice this and just hold on to the football. A handoff to Keogh. But Lin English right there, putting 7, 8 players in the box. No gain on first down.
And there's a timeout by Lin English right there. Yeah, you're gonna see them stuffing the middle. You're gonna see them putting 8 players in the box. I think you're gonna have to see Ryan Rometta complete a couple of passes here. I think it's gonna be ultimately in his hands to try and get those first downs, keep the clock moving. Because I don't think Lin English is going to allow them to do it on the ground in the middle anyway.
Another question is, if there is 7, 8 players in that box, that area between the left and right tackles on the defensive side of the football, do you decide to go a play action pass there since all of them are bundled up in one position?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think you absolutely do. I think that you can get somebody free.
Maybe at the tight end position, like a Mark Worth or...
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you can. And I'm still watching the linebacker there, O'Furry, is still limping a little bit. He's in the game, but he's still limping. Now, he's been coming in on the blitzes, but I'm not sure, given the condition of his leg, if he's going to be doing that right now.
Here we go, 2nd down and 10, and Ryan Rometta is going to spread everyone out.
Maybe that quick screen.
Mm-hmm. That is the key. It's going to be out to Keogh. He's going to try to get the left edge, but O'Fury is there to push him out of bounds. Looks like he did get the first down.
What a nice play. Nice play. That
beautiful
quick
play
little
call.
Wide receiver screen. And they've executed that well a few times today. They get the first down, and they keep the clock moving here.
He was able to just stay in bounds to keep that clock moving. As O'Furry is there to make the tackle. Keogh's going to step on the sidelines for a play, but all they need to do is just ground and pound and just hold on to that football for the final 2:30. Lin English only has 1 timeout left. Handoff to Dorigo. He's just going to put 2 hands on the football. Going to plunge forward to the 35.
And Lin English has called their last timeout.
So no more timeouts for Lin English, as that was their last chance to stop the clock with 2:18. Now it's going to be about go get the football.
Exactly. You mentioned keeping both hands on the ball, and you're definitely going to see Lin English trying to strip the ball. You'll see the first guy, try and hold somebody up, and then the second tackler try to come in, try to rip the ball free, because at this point they can't run out the clock. They still need to run a few plays, but they certainly don't have to put the ball in the air at this point. They can, short of a turnover, they can just about run out the clock.
So in high school, there is no 2-minute warning, unlike the NFL. So clock, when it gets 2 minutes, it'll run right past it. No 2-minute warning. So no more stoppages of the clock for Lin English unless they find a way to get a Redman player out of bounds.
Well, and therein lies the other thing. If any runners happen to be headed toward the sideline, they've got to have the presence of mind to get down in bounds.
So 2nd and 6. Move Markwath across the formation. Hand off to Dorigo. Again, 2 hands on the football. He was able to plow forward. Did he get the first down on that? It's like the line judge is standing right at the line to gain.
Looks like he may be just a bit short. Oh, they're going to call for a measurement.
Yep, they are. So this is going to be either a first down or a 3rd and inches.
Yeah, I think he's going to be about a half a yard short, but it's a playoff game, a lot on the line here, and I think that it's good that they're measuring. No, he got it. Oh, wait a minute.
Paint sounds. Yep, yep,
Yep,
he got the
first
game.
down. There you go.
Kyle DeRigo. What an excellent game he's having so far, coming in for the injured Shane Elward. And Kalu'olu injuring that shoulder. He's been the premier back for today, and he's coming up clutch.
He is just, that was such a typical run for him. Should have only been a few yards, and he just put his head down and drove forward and got the first down that should put this game in the win column and move the Redman into the Division III North semifinals.
So Brian Elward letting the clock run out a little bit more. Wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Rometta and his teammates go into victory formation.
They should be able to right now. They should be able to just take a knee and be done.
Nope, still in that I formation, but let's see if Rometta just takes a step back and puts his knee down. 1st and 10, and he will. And the Redmen are in victory formation. And as Bill said, the Redmen are on to the D3 North semifinals for the 2nd straight year. And they're going to be hosting Concord Carlisle after they took down the Beverly Panthers earlier today on their home field, 28-0.
Yeah, it does not get any easier. Concord Carlisle is a tough squad, a team that Tewksbury's familiar with over the years, and that they've had to go through in past years. But fortunately, we're going to have the game right here at the friendly confines of Doucette Field.
So it's another stat for you guys. Since 2013 now, the Redmen 18-5 in playoff games, 8-2 over the last 3 years. And Ryan Rometta just got the signal from the referee that is the end of the ball game. Final score at Doucette today from this quarterfinal matchup: the 7-seeded Lin English Bulldogs 28, and the 2-seeded Tewksbury Redmen 31. And a big factor that now comes into play: the Redmen being the 2 seed, they will host Concord Carlisle, even though Concord Carlisle had the better record. The Redmen had more opponent value points to get that 2 seed.
Yeah, and that's a big difference. You're going to be playing on a Saturday afternoon here. It's a field you're familiar with. It's going to be a day game. It's going to be a friendly crowd, and it's a situation that you have become accustomed to over the last several years, is making it to at least the semifinals. So here they are once again, and boy, you can't say enough about what this team did, especially offensively, with the injuries that they had, with Arsenal out, and with Aylward out, with Alou out for the second half with the injury, and Ryan Rometta, tremendous job at quarterback. Great job by DeRigo running the ball. Great job by Tyler Keogh running the ball. Just a fabulous all-around team effort, and showed off the depth of this Redmond squad.
And definitely something we'll look forward to next week. Shane Elward's health, Stephen Arsenault's health, and of course Kalu'olu, who did not play in the second half. Looks like he might have aggravated that shoulder, but hopefully the Redmen can heal up throughout the week and get those star players back in the lineup for Concord Carlisle.
Yeah, that will be the big thing. It would not surprise me at all to see those guys not practice at least the first few days of the week, to try to give them more time to heal up as much as possible, and maybe only come back toward the end. But you got to hope. We saw Shane Aylward in the Aircast today. You got to hope he can come back. We don't know the condition of Kalulu's shoulder, although he did have his helmet on, so that was a good sign. So it may just be dinged up, and we certainly don't know, where Arsenal's going to be. But the guys who stepped in today, offensively and defensively, boy, what a great job. We mentioned offensively, but then, we mentioned the kind of skill player positions, but Kyle Skrook was a name offensively and defensively filling in for Arsenal that did a tremendous job. And that really is the heart and soul of this Tewksbury team. Players go down, and it's nobody complains, nobody whines, nobody says poor us, because there's nobody who's going to give Tewksbury any sympathy. It's just next man up. And they did that today and came out with a hard-fought win.
A perfect New England Patriots mentality, and hopefully they'll be able to take that here as they will host Concord Carlisle next week in the D3 North semifinals. Thank you for joining us for today's broadcast of the D3 North quarterfinals. I'm Andrew Del Piano, joined by Bill Gilman. We'll see you guys next week for the semifinals.